Hello and welcome back, YouTubers. I'm Protomario and I have been sent something from 8-Bit Evolution. Now, I was first tipped off to them by LGR, a fellow YouTube partner who does basically the same thing I do, except for retro PCs instead of retro gaming. So if anything, he does exactly the opposite of what I do on the gaming side of things. So if you're interested in that, check it out. As soon as I saw his review, I contacted 8bitevolution.com and I asked them if I could potentially have a review unit. They were nice enough to instantly send me one of these things. I literally got it 2 days after I contacted them. That may be part and due to the fact that they're only 8 hours away, but they still sent it very quickly. So shipping is definitely one of their strong points. I absolutely hate when I order something and I don't get it for a couple days. Having said that, what you're seeing in front of you seems to be a Game Boy Advance, and you're saying to yourself, well, gee, Proto, it is. You're right, because your eyes are not going, this is a Game Boy Advance. Why would I be reviewing Game Boy Advance? Because I've already reviewed the Game Boy Advance. Seems kind of redundant to re-review things. Well, you see, 8-Bit Evolution has decided to take it to the next step and upgrade the Game Boy Advance from its regular old self to something much more awesome. And let me tell you, Pokemaniacs and fans of the 32-bit genre alike, this is where the age of gaming basically hit its peak for 2D to 3D applications. So here we are, we have ourselves one of the best looking Game Boy Advances on the market. Now, without further ado, let me reveal what I'm talking about. What's in the box, Proto? Yes, it comes with a nice stylish box, you can see, but that's not why you're here, is it? The only thing different about this Game Boy Advance from a regular one is that this branding has been put on it, so that you know for sure that this is an 8-bit retro evolution kind of system, so that you can't be confused with anything else. It's a normal Game Boy Advance, other than that. However, things change greatly when you turn this bad boy around. Look at this. This is awesome right here. Look, we got ourselves a nice Charizard with some red fading. I have to say, the detail that goes into this is just exceedingly awesome. You can see Shadow Charizard, and it feels great. This all feels very, very nice. It feels good. It doesn't feel like cheap paint. No paint rubs off on your hands like some other kits can do. And that's not the only thing. Back in the day, the original Game Boy Advance needed almost direct sunlight from anything to play it in. And if you had too much sun, you couldn't play your games. So that wasn't good. So they added another feature. Oh, that's right. A backlit screen. And that's very nice. What game's in here, you might ask? Well, don't worry about it. We'll get to that. But look at how vibrant that is. Let's take a look at some of the coloration here on a black and white screen. Nintendo. It looks nice, man. It really looks nice. It's something to see. I mean, it doesn't get much better than this. Unless you had a Game Boy player, you know, you couldn't do much else. Now, the only other step up you could take from getting one of these would be one of these. But then you have to deal with the scaling up of the screen and how it looks slightly different and how only one of the screens is used. Emulators that can kind of do the same thing as well. But once again, emulators on like iPhones and Androids, they have buttons on the screen, so you don't get the full experience. It looks terrible. You're covering up half your game trying to play the game like that. Who wants to do that? Nobody. So we have ourselves a Donkey Kong Country. Very nice. And these are fixed up Game Boy Advances. So if you were looking to just purchase one, you might not know what the person had it before was doing with it. You know, you don't want that because then it could be busted, it could have been dropped, something could be loose, the life cycle in it could be going down, the screen could be dying out. So it's always nice that they fix these things up also before they mod them out, and they always do provide a money-back guarantee, and they do quick delivery, so you know, you can't ask for too much more, man. This looks awesome, and playing Pokemon on it is just a joy upon joy. They set me up a promotional code. You type in Protomario, and you'll get yourself a discount of 10% off these bad boys. This is a portable system. It fits in your pocket. It's beautiful. It's not squared off like the DS Lite here. You know, when you're playing it, it doesn't feel as good in your hands as this. And so, you have to take into account that this is modified, completely done, and 100% guaranteed satisfaction. You can get one of these for $140, fully modified, with a extra glass screen that is scratch resistant and breaking resistant as well. So it's not standard plastic if you don't want it to be. They do custom jobs, they do different stuff, they have t-shirts, they have different Game Boy Advance models, and the fact that these things last long on the battery and you can just shove it right in your pocket makes it really, really awesome. So you can just see how the Charizard looks. It's really high detail, really high caliber, really looks very, very nice. I gotta tell you, I am highly, highly impressed with the work that they did. It looks great. It has great details on it. Just a wonderful, wonderful job that they did with this. So overall, I'm greatly impressed with it. You can go ahead and take the link in the description below to their website, and remember to enter promo code Protomario for 10% off one of these and many other things that they sell. They also do consoles, retro systems, and they're very much into communicating and talking with the people that they will be selling to. So once again, just take a nice look. I'll cut this, well, I'll keep this on, and you can just see, man, it looks so cool. I am so just blown away by how cool retro gaming is nowadays. You can get almost anything you want, and it's not like it's going to cost you an arm and a leg to do so, unlike back in the day. So, I'm Protomario. Please leave your comments, your questions, your concerns in the section below. Let me know, what kind of custom Game Boy Advance would you like? Would you like the backlit ones? Would you like the custom shell ones? And what would you put on this shell if you were to order one? Remember, take the link in the description below, put in my promo code for 10% off, and you can have one of these bad boys yourself. I'm extremely excited to play this. I picked up 4 new games just to try it out, and even though I played the games, it's still a joy to have this sucker going around with me and being able to whip it out and play it whenever my daughter's at a play place or something, and I'm just sitting there doing nothing. So, I'm Protomario, and once again, thanks for watching. And now comes the all-important decision of supporting the Maverick Army. Join the Maverick Rebellion today. Subscribe and become a Maverick. We are a tight-knit community who desire to change the gaming stereotype into something better. Together, we will revolutionize the world of gaming and the way gaming is viewed on YouTube and across all platforms. Mavericks unite. Subscribe today and become a Maverick with us. I'm Protomario, and I approve this message.